Okay, this is A4. So let's get started. Number one, they want you to plot the points and then find the slope of the line that goes through those points. So negative 3, 2, there, and 8, 2. Connect them, and we know we could see it's a horizontal line, so we expect the slope to be 0. So let's see. M, the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's is 0. For number 4, again, we're going to plot the points. First, so 8, negative 1, so I've got it 6, 7, 8, negative 1. And then 8, 2. So this is a vertical line. Oops. Okay, so we expect the slope to be undefined. So let's go ahead and calculate it. So M, difference in the y's over the difference in the x's, 3 over 0. A number over 0 is undefined. So there's a slope. Okay, vertical lines have undefined slope. Horizontal lines have slope of 0, so slope equals 0. Number 3, or actually number 7, which is our third problem. Plot the points negative 4.5, 6. So I've got negative 4.5, 6, approximately right here. And then 2.13, approximately, oops, that's off a little bit. Hard to be accurate with the stylus, but here it is. So something like that. So we expect a negative slope. Okay, so let's do the calculation. So it's going to be difference. I'll start with the first point, 6 minus 3 over negative 4.5 minus 2.1. So that gives you 3 over negative 6.6. So I had showed you how to address this when you have a decimal and a fraction. You can multiply top and bottom by 10. So that gives you 30 over negative 66, because we're actually multiplying by 1, right? 10 over 10 is 1. And then reduce it, so I can reduce this by 6. So this is negative 5 over 11. That would be the slope. So for number 10, they want you to find an equation and then find 3 additional points that are on the line. Okay. Now it's under point slope form, so that's how we're going to write the equation. They want it in point slope form, so we're going to write, oops, sorry about that, it's on the wrong one. Y minus 5 equals the slope in terms of quantity of x minus negative 3. So we'll simplify that. So y minus 5 equals negative 3 halves x plus 2. Oops, sorry, x plus 3. Sorry. And so that's the equation in point slope form. So let me just fix that like that. Okay? 3 additional points. Well, the slope tells you that it goes down 3 and right 2. Right? Down because it's negative. Or you can go up 3, left 2. Okay? So remember, the up and down affects the y. So we're either going to do plus 3 on the y, and then minus 2 on the x. This is the x and the y. Or we're going to do plus 2 on the x, if we do this right here, and then on the y we're going to subtract 3. Okay, so you choose. since we started with negative 3, 5, if I follow this first rule right here, then that means I'm going to subtract 2 from negative 3, so that gives me negative 5. And I'm going to add 3 to the 5, which gives me 8. That's 1 point. If I follow this one right here, then I'm going to add 2 to the x, which is negative 1, and then subtract 3 from the 5, which is 2. Okay, 1 more point. I'll just stick with the second one. I'm going to add 2 to the x. So if I'm at negative 1, I add 2, that gives me 1. And then I'm going to subtract 3 from the y, so 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. So here I have 3 possible points. Okay, for number 13, they tell you the slope is 0, so then you know that's a horizontal line. So it's a y equals, so in this particular problem, y equals 6. So the equation is y equals 6. And as for the other 3 additional points, it could be any x value, and then as long as the y value is 6. So any ordered pair with, the x value doesn't matter, any x value other than negative 2 because it was given to you, and then comma 6. Okay, when the slope is undefined, remember this is a vertical line, and vertical lines have the form x equals a constant. So in this problem, x is negative 5. So the equation for this line is x equals negative 5. As for the ordered pairs, all of them have to have the form negative 5, comma, and then any y value other than 4. So any number that you want except for 4 because it was already given to you. Okay, for number 19, they want you to write an equation, use slope-intercept form if possible, and if not possible, explain why, and then use a graphing utility to graph a line. So we'll just graph it by hand. Okay, first let's find the slope. So m, difference in the y's, over difference in the x's. So that's 4 over 0, undefined. So we know that this line is going to be a vertical line. It's undefined. The slope is undefined. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, and so those have the form x equals, right? So it's going to be x equals 5 over 6. And we cannot, it says explain why you can't write it in slope-intercept form. Well, first, it doesn't have a slope, it's undefined, and it doesn't have a y-intercept because it doesn't go through the y-axis. That's what you would write, okay, on your paper. So let's go ahead and graph this. Okay, so 5/6 negative 1 would be approximately right here. And then 5/6 would be up here. And then connect the points. It's a vertical line. And there's the ends. Oops. Can't get the arrow on the top. There you go. Okay, for 22, same instructions as 19. We have to write an equation in slope-intercept form and then graph it. Okay, so first thing we need is slope. So difference in the y's, I'll start with 6, with 1/6, so difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. So 6 minus 2, 4, 1 minus 4, negative 3. So there's your slope. You decide what point you want to use to find the equation, so I'll just use the 1/6 just because it's first. So I'll use the y-intercept form, or slope-intercept form. So 6 equals the slope times x plus b. So I end up with 6 equals negative 4/3 plus b. I'm going to add 4/3 to both sides. Okay, so that eliminates it on the right side. And so 6 plus 4/3, well, remember, I'm going to just show the work right here. 6 over 1 plus 4 thirds. Common denominator is 3, so that's 18 thirds plus 4 thirds, which is 22 thirds. So the equation is y equals negative 4 thirds x plus 22 thirds. Okay, so there's the equation. So now we're going to plot the points and draw and connect the points to graph a line. So 1/6, and then 4/2. Okay, and you could see from the graph the slope was negative. That confirms our slope that we got algebraically. So negative 4 thirds x plus 22 over 3. Okay. Okay, so for 25, you are given the 2015 value of a product and then the rate at which it changes. In this case, it's increasing $850 per